All right, so let's talk a little bit about Cam Newton. He's kind of been the talk this past week, in these last few days, and I was gonna make a video like this a few weeks ago, even before the Seahawks even played them in the playoffs. I'm glad I waited to make this though, because just today some news came out about Seahawks fans making a petition to try to ban Cam Newton from playing in CenturyLink Field, and I'll talk about that in a second. There's a few things I want to address. I mean, it's interesting when it comes to Cam Newton. It seems like I think the main reason people don't like Cam Newton, I almost called him Cam Newton, which I guess is his real name, but main reason people don't like Cam Newton is because most of the stuff I hear is, oh, he's too cocky, or he's not professional enough, or whatever. And it's like, well, what does professional enough even mean? Like, he obviously takes his job seriously. He obviously goes into the film room and studies film. He obviously works hard in practice. I mean, the dude had amazing stats this year. A lot of people are saying, oh, well, he didn't even throw for 4,000 yards. It doesn't matter. He had, his rushing yards were unbelievable. I mean, if you combine his rushing yards and his passing yards, he has 4,000 yards in total. Plus, he threw 35 touchdown passes, and he had 10 rushing touchdowns. So he had a total of 45 touchdowns this season alone. So, I mean, Cam Newton, in all honesty, is the MVP in my eyes, and if he's not the MVP, then it should probably be Tom Brady, and then Russell Wilson can be somewhere in the top 5. But as of right now, I think Cam Newton was the MVP of this season. But if it goes to Tom Brady, that's fine as well. I can see it going either way. And it's interesting because you look at players, and we saw the same stuff with Ocho Cinco, with Terrell Owens, Randy Moss as well, but not to the same extent as like Terrell Owens and stuff, because Randy Moss wasn't. I mean, people hated Randy Moss like they hated Terrell Owens, but for different reasons. But you're always gonna get those people out there that hate players and stuff, and the media is kind of hopping on it, and they're treating, well, I guess it depends what station you watch. Some stations are acting like Cam Newton is just like the worst thing that could have ever happened, and other stations are being reasonable and realizing that Cam Newton is just having fun playing football, because that's what this comes down to. And I was listening to The Herd on Fox Sports earlier today, and he had a guest on, I forget who it was, but they brought up a good point in saying that Cam Newton is he's just out there having fun, and it's refreshing to see a quarterback out there, because I mean there's a lot of quarterbacks out there that obviously are having fun, but he's not afraid to show it, man. He's not all, oh, I'm gonna in front of the cameras and I'm act all serious, and when I get into the locker room I'm gonna have fun. He's just gonna have fun wherever he wants to have fun, and I that's why I enjoy watching Cam Newton. He's not afraid to express his emotions, and I think that's great to have in society these days, especially when we're in a society these days where everything is just so politically correct and you got to do things a certain way. It's nice to see someone kind of being, dare I say, edgy, even though I don't think what Cam Newton's doing is edgy, but some people would consider it to be edgy, but that's whatever. To talk about the whole Seahawks, some fans, I guess, went to change.org or whatever and created a petition to ban Cam Newton from playing in CenturyLink Field. This is, oh my God! First of all, I can't believe someone would take the time out of their day to create a petition like this. I can't believe that someone would be dumb enough to think that even if this somehow did get a bunch of signatures, like the NFL or even the Seahawks organization for that matter would really give a shit. Like, I mean, come on. And at the same time, everyone that signed this, because I think it almost has last time I checked, I think it had a little over like 800 signatures. And I can't even believe it has that many signatures on that thing. I hope to God that everyone signing that petition is under 18 years old, because if there's any adults out there that are signing that petition, they're idiots. That's what it is. They're idiots. Oh, we want to ban Cam Newton from playing in the CenturyLink Field because he stole a 12th man flag and threw it on the field. Listen, like, what he did the nicest thing? No, not really. But then again, the fan was kind of holding it in his face as he was going off the field, and he took it from him and threw it on the field. I mean, there's far worse things you can do, and I see this a lot. There's a lot of, and I mean, the NFL doesn't just do it with Cam Newton. I mean, a lot of people try to make Cam Newton out to be a bad guy. I mean, they do the same thing with Marshawn Lynch. God forbid Marshawn Lynch adjusts his stuff down there. If he adjusts it during a game, or even if he just holds it for a touchdown, they're gonna fine him or whatever, because little Timmy might be scarred for life after seeing an image like that, apparently. But when it comes to Cam Newton, the dude's just having fun, and it's a breath of it's really a breath of fresh air to just see someone out there having fun. And like I was talking about when I was listening to The Herd earlier on Fox Sports, it's a guy brought up a good point. He was like, a lot of parents that are maybe on the are kind of on the fence on whether or not they should let their kid play football. They might see someone like Cam Newton having all the fun he's having, and how the game isn't this serious, always getting hit, always in this serious mode type thing, and you can have fun playing the game, because you have movies out there like Concussion. I haven't seen Concussion yet, but I heard it was good, but I almost feel like it's out there to attack the National Football League or anything and stuff like that. And there's a lot of things out there that try to attack football and try to make it out to be bad, and I think having Cam Newton out there having fun and just showing how fun football can be, and not being afraid to express his emotions, is a great thing for the league to have. And I mean, he's not the only one out there doing it, but people are just choosing to pick on him for doing it. What it comes down to is people are just haters. This is kind of how it is out there. I've noticed this the past few years. Maybe it's because the past few years, that's when I started to be on social media more. Before I was on social media, I never realized this, but I think I have to remember that social media is mostly people, and this is also what I heard on The Herd as well. Colin Coward said this as well. Social media is pretty much just a bunch of people that live in a bad weather state, which Washington, that have nothing better to do than sit in their house and complain about something. Which, listen, it made me laugh because I think it's true. But no, I don't hate Cam Newton, honestly. And as far as the Super Bowl goes, I don't really care who wins it. I think if Cam Newton wins it, it's going to be awesome for him. I mean, he's still really young. He's going to get a ring already. That's going to be great for him. If Peyton Manning wins it, he's definitely most likely. I mean, if he wins it, he's definitely retiring. And I mean, what a way to go out. Your last season in the league, you get injured, and then you become the backup for a little while. Then you come back in and you win 2 playoff games, and then you win the Super Bowl. I mean, that would be just a Cinderella story right there. It almost happened in 2008 with Kurt Warner, although he lost to the Steelers in the Super Bowl. It almost happened with him as well. And I like seeing Cinderella stories and stuff like that. I just find them really great stories, underdog stories, which you never would have. I don't think when you think of Peyton Manning, you don't necessarily think of underdog, but you know what I mean. But as far as Cam Newton goes, why do people hate him? I don't know, because I'm not one of the people that hate him, so I can't personally answer that question of why people hate him. I have my ideas of why people hate him. Like I said, I think some people just don't like the fact that he's cocky or whatever, but he's good. Like, it'd be one thing if you were cocky and you sucked, but Cam Newton doesn't suck. And if you think he does suck, you're an idiot. I don't even want to hear people say, oh, it's just my opinion. Well, opinions can be wrong, and your opinion is wrong if you think Cam Newton sucks. But I love Cam Newton. I think it's really refreshing to see someone out there just having fun, and that's one of the reasons I really like him. I wouldn't mind getting a Cam Newton jersey. I know some people would call me a bandwagoner. Oh, you're hopping on the Panthers bandwagon. It's not that I'm a Panthers fan. It's that I'm a Cam Newton fan, and I'm really happy to see him doing well this season. And yeah, I love Cam Newton. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about Cam Newton. Are you one of those people that absolutely hate him? If you are, please inform me on why in the comment section down below, so I can kind of get some insights onto why people hate him. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for all watching the video, and go Hawks.